Well, I almost married a man that wasn't an Adventist. We were engaged. I met him at the Good Samaritan Hospital. He was a patient. And when he left the hospital, his mother and father came and picked him up, and I thought, my. And he was dressed in a suit. I thought, my, I didn't know that he was so nice. But I didn't give it more than a casual thought. But he came back to visit. And I guess he came back to see me. So he asked me out on a date, and I went with him. And he told me at the time he thought maybe he'd made a mistake because he thought I was a good Christian girl. Well, he found out I was. So he was a salesman, and he took me to the nicest places to have dinner, and he was very um, nice gentleman, and I liked his company. He treated me nice, and and then he asked me to marry him, and he gave me a watch as an engagement present with our name on it. Well, my father realized that I was doing something that might cause me problems. So when Virgil came to see me, my father got in a conversation with him, and he'd show him a Bible text, and it seemed like Virgil. Do you know anything about prairie dogs? They're like a little ground squirrel. They go down the hole, then they come up the hole, then they go down another hole and they come up. And I thought that's what Virgil was doing. He was bypassing what Dad was trying to tell him, what the Bible teaches. So we had a talk, and I said, Virgil, I don't think I ought to marry you. I just don't think it would be a good idea. Oh, he said, Olive, I admire you for your religion. I would never do anything that would be against your beliefs. Well, I said, and suppose we had children, then what would we do? Well, he said, if it was a boy, he could go to church with me, and if it was a girl, she could go to church with you. And I said, oh, Virgil, that would be beautiful in a book, but that's not the way we live. I'm not just a Seventh-day Adventist once a week. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist all week, and that's what I would be training the children, both of them. And so the day we were supposed to be married, I was working in Kelso, Washington, and he was living in a distance away, about in Portland. So he came up to see me, and we spent the whole night. We didn't make love, we just talked. And at daybreak, I had to go on duty, washed my face, got my uniform on, and we parted. And you know, I think it was a good choice. He had given up smoking, but I met him after I had married Bill years later, and I could smell smoke on him, and I thought, you know, it wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't have worked.